David didn't do it.
I mean, he's romantic. How could he do it?
He did it.
Huh?
I mean, he did. They were literally dating.
Well, yeah.
She'd been reported missing, confirmed they were dating, and they had matching tattoos. He did it. Honestly, the reason I'm making this video is because I just hate drama channels so much. I am trying to milk this for views, but I'd like to think that I'm actually bringing something to the table here. Oh, also, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. That's cool. Enjoy the show. First of all, I think you'll find this relatable, but initially when I heard the news, my reaction was just so inconsistent and mixed. Like, the initial news was so strange.
Hey, real quick, you know David?
David?
No, like the singer, Romantic Homicide Here With Me.
I like his stuff.
He killed someone.
When I heard this, I immediately thought David was innocent, because I mean, I have a parasocial relationship with him. He wouldn't hurt me. Also, who hides a body in an impounded car? Doesn't he know the workers will find it? So I figured, nah, they'll figure not guilty pretty soon, and I forgot about it. Then people wouldn't stop talking about it.
Hey yo, quick David update. It's confirmed that they were dating and she was 15.
So he's a pedophile?
Okay, murder actually isn't seeming like that unlikely now. Yo, another quick David update. His car was stolen at the time of the murder and he was on tour.
Stolen? Oh, so he's fine. My boy couldn't have done it if he was on tour.
Matching tattoos!
Matching tattoos? He's cool. Wait a minute, but these guys are saying the tattoo's fake? I don't know what to think anymore. I guess like any big headline, I have no clue what's real and not. But here is what we actually know so far. Well, first of all, she was 14 while dating David, so that's considered pedophilia. Like I said, the jump from pedophile to murderer, it seems a lot more doable than just regular singer to murderer, you know? Also, in my opinion, the most damning, they both had matching tattoos. And his friends say they all thought she was 19. No, no. That's not even funny. She's so obviously 14, it's not even funny. But the matching tattoos, the pictures together, them dating, the evidence is damning. Like, how do you get around this? So we found this body, we think you might be tied in it in any way. We need to ask you some questions. Okay, that's fine. So this girl died, do you know anything about her? Her name was Susan, ring a bell? Susan, okay. You don't even know anything? Okay, so we actually have proof that you were dating her for a while. Interesting. You also had matching tattoos. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, also she became your wife and you were married for 3 years? Yup. So you don't know her? Not ringing a bell. How do you get around that? Deny everything. The body was discovered in the trunk of the Tesla on September 8, 2 days after it had been towed from a Los Angeles street. But the useful part is that one neighbor remembered seeing the distinct looking Tesla parked on the street for some time in front of David's house. I don't think there's a distinct looking Tesla. I don't think that's a thing. Sorry, Elon, but JL only made like 4 colors. The police could have showed this guy any Tesla and he would have been like, yeah, I have seen that. Where have I seen that? In front of this house? You know what? Yeah. That guy's got a Tesla. That's probably the same Tesla that I saw. I think that's it. Unless you have a pink and purple Tesla with your name plastered on the front of it, people are just gonna assume, hey, was that my friend Bill? Because he has a Tesla that looks just like that. Also, second of all, was David's best option that he thought of for hiding a dead body just to put it in the trunk of his car and like move it around his street? You know, I could name 10 better ways to hide a body than in a Tesla trunk. Actually, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna come up with 10 better ways to hide a body. The top 10 better places to hide a body than in the front trunk of a Tesla. Your backyard. Who's gonna check there? A cemetery. Literally couldn't be a more fitting place for a body. They'll blend right in. I asked my mom for input. Her suggestion was smoothies, and then walked away. I'm not gonna ask her to elaborate. This one's terrible, but a garbage can, because I mean, think about it, the garbage guys aren't even gonna check in the first place. They don't get paid enough for that. If they found a body, they'd be like, I don't care. Or on the inside of a Spirit Halloween. Just another decoration until November rolls around. Inside a motel mattress, it probably already smells like crap and you just be adding firm support. Or at a family reunion because no one will notice the quiet one anyways. I'm out of ideas, so 8 better ways to hide a body, but that's still 8 more than David thought of. So in conclusion, what it appears like is that David tried to cover up that he was dating someone underage. That's kind of goofy. Now, this whole situation is pretty strange, but I have another theory for what's actually happening here. I did a lot of thinking and I made this YouTube short explaining basically an alternate theory, and I think I'll just show that to you. You know, David, people think he killed someone, but I don't think he ever did it. It's so obvious too. He set up the whole controversy to distract us from his declining music quality, similar to Dream's face reveal covering his bad upload schedule, O.J. Simpson distracting from his declining aura, and 9/11 covering up the loss of $2.3 trillion the day before. They're all distractions, masters in disguise, diverting your attention. And it's working. David is just looking for more publicity. Proof? 3 of his songs shot to the top 50 amid the controversy. Okay, obviously I don't think that for sure, but I'm just saying it's not beyond the realm of possibilities. Okay, it's beyond the realm of possibilities. What I am saying is, like, I don't think this guy wouldn't kill somebody, but I'm just saying I don't think if he did, his best option would be an impounded car. I feel like if he just put a little bit more time, he could have avoided the whole thing, but here I am making a video about him. In a couple minutes, I thought of 8 better ways to hide a body. He could have ChatGPT'd that. Okay, now I want to talk about this next thing because obviously this whole situation may have you a little bit on edge, questioning like, how could David do this? He makes amazing music, you know? I could have a parasocial relationship with him. How could he hurt me? We had a thing, David. You really let me down. It's kind of flabbergasting, but I found something that will that will kind of explain it a little bit more. Basically, David did these 3 interviews with Genius, which is like this YouTube channel that interviews a bunch of like famous musicians. And he did these 3 interviews, and you can tell so much from these interviews. So I just want to unpack them real quick. Oh my gosh, I have to crap so bad.
5 minutes later.
I don't know if I'm keeping this in the video, but I just dropped the biggest porcelain Picasso of my life. Just thought I'd let you guys know. So we got one 2 years ago when he was 18, one a year ago, and one only 1 month ago, which is actually insane because I was like right when this whole thing happened. And in these videos, these interviews, he has changed so much over time. It's like the stereo, well, I'll just show you. I mean, look at the first one, the second one, and the third one. Kind of how he changes his image. The first one we all remember from Petals and Thorns. He's just like kind of a normal looking dude. Like he's pretty drippy, but he doesn't have like that star on his head like you see in pictures all the time. A year later, he's completely changed his image to like this massive chain that he wears and stuff and all this bling. And then a month ago, he's just an actual pimp. Like he's actually trying to look like the thuggiest thugster of Thuggertown ever in that thug life. What? I don't know what abomination I just said, but you get the idea. And it's like the stereotypical trope of like the artist letting the image get to his head, all the fame and the money, and then over time he just becomes a bit of a jerk. And it's kind of what happened with David. This guy wouldn't hurt a soul. This guy might be into some illegal activities, you know, drugs and stuff, but the chances of murder are still pretty low. This guy, I'm not putting anything past him. I'm not. He's dressed like an actual pimp. He has like 10 pounds of chains on his neck. He's like, yo, what's up? What's up? My name's David. Yeah. It's so bad too. He thinks he's so cool. I know I'm judging off of appearances here, but you see, I mean, there's an obvious trend going on here. He just in general purposely makes for an image of himself of like this really cool guy that's sort of like a thug. But that thug life, bruh. And people change a lot between the ages of 18 and 20, but you get my point.
Where she died in the back of my mind. Like, I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died.
Wait, sorry, what was that right there?
Like, I didn't kill her physically.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for specifying.
It was really more of a figurative I killed you. I try to stress that in the back of my mind, so I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died.
I think we got that from the song.
It was something that she did. It was something that I decided to do.
Right, like you did something to like kill her in your mind.
And I killed her in the back of my mind.
Right, in the back. Right, you killed her in the back of your mind is where you killed her.
Really more of a figurative I killed you, especially in the back of my mind. I try to stress that in the back of my mind.
Right, in the back of your mind, because it's not physical. It is you did it in the back of your mind. It's not like a physical thing.
So I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died. In the back of my mind, I killed you.
Right.
So it's all in the mind.
Right, in
so
the
if you
mind.
expel that thought from your mind, then everything else will just come together.
Right, it'll come together. Right, but it was in the back of your mind, correct?
I stressed that in the back of my mind.
So it wasn't like a physical thing.
I didn't kill her physically.
Okay, cool. I don't know why he goes into such detail. It's like so I don't know either. He's just explaining this in excruciating detail for absolutely no reason, and he just thinks that people are gonna misunderstand this. He's going out of his way in the beginning to be like, well, it's not a physical thing. I didn't physically kill her. Of course, I didn't. That's not the point of the lyric. It was like in the back of my mind. Like it was in the back of my mind. See, it wasn't a physical thing. It was in the back of my mind. Either he had already killed someone and he just had this guilty conscience that he felt he had to explain to someone that wasn't already suspicious, and now we are. Or it's just coincidence that he felt a need to over-explain that lyric. I don't know, man. I'll leave it alone. Okay, wait. I actually never watched this one, so.
The vibe of Feel It was like such an out-of-the-box thing for me as an artist. I feel like I've been making sad songs. Like,
this is about a song called Feel It, and he said bro's gonna feel it in court. We all hear it for the same reason, right?
for me personally, I want a yes. I don't want maybes. It's
He
kind of
seems
just like
also really well
me
put
being
together here. He doesn't seem like a creep or a murderer in any way. And honestly, he's always had like an air of confidence about him, but it's so weird. I don't want to overanalyze. I think that's about all as much as I want to show. Actually, no, there is one. The one from a month ago is actually hilarious. So this guy, Jason, he's like one of the biggest streamers out right now, and David made a song with with him. So as Jason's rapping his verse, you could just see like David absolutely getting down with it.
I don't wanna say too much. I've already said enough. Make sure you stay in touch. I might just fall in love.
He's really added an emphasis there. Like, just listen to the way that David talks. He doesn't sound like the same person.
Where she died in the back of my mind.
We met before that first stream, right? Also Coachella, yeah, right? Yeah, the day we made it was super spontaneous.
The way that he like talks, and he's like, oh yeah, what's up, Coachella? Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's so different than what he obviously used to be, and I don't know, it just seems like he's changed over time. Also, he literally looks like a pimp. He looks like someone that like would seduce you and then get you into bed and then shoot you in the head and sell your organs. So now, of course, it's time for me to make the same joke that everyone else is making. That was a pretty romantic homicide. Now, the fact that Romantic Homicide of any of his songs was the one to make him famous, it plagues him now. It probably eats away at his brain, his existence and conscience all the time. And then, of course, his next big hit was Here With Me, which she wasn't. Or at least not now anyways. But David's songs don't stop painting a picture there. After all this happened, I went and listened to a bunch of David's songs, had to catch up, you know, and I found my new favorite game is taking every song from the POV of the situation that we're in right now. For example, in This Is How It Feels, he says, it hurts so much to fall in love with you. And I'm like, I just don't think it hurt you more than it hurt her. I think she got the worst end of the deal here. Just like, stop complaining, bro. Stop complaining. And she says, just get ready for this one. I'm sorry for all the morbid jokes, but she says, I'm sorry for leaving like that. I don't think you had a choice. Personally, I don't think you had a choice. And the entirety of Romantic Homicide is obviously just a hard song to listen to now. I also just want to like say, I do think about like how this is a horrible thing that's happened, and genuinely, I have been praying for Celeste's family, which is the girl who tragically got murdered. At the same time, I don't think I'm excusing or glorifying any of this behavior, which obviously I don't stand against. Stand behind, I do stand against. Anyways, back to the music. But David's songs still don't stop painting a picture there, because you can see like, okay, it's easy to see how David might have ended up climaxing to what he allegedly did. We see the story through his songs where he's eventually building up these feelings that I'd assume might lead to what he allegedly might have maybe done. In I'd Rather Pretend, he's evidently doubting her love through this entire song. You fake your love, but I still want more. Tell me, is this real to you? Because I can feel my heart again. You're so tempting, but I'm scared, so I'd rather pretend. This could be about anything, but like listening to this song, I just like feel a very broken relationship to someone that he doesn't really love anymore. I've got to make up my mind, but I can't be wasting time. I might die. Another life is where they'll find us. Oh. I love that ad lib. Oh. It showed us what we should be feeling right now. Oh. Another life is where they'll find us. I hope they just remind us I tried. Where'd it go wrong with you? I don't belong with you. And what's crazy is that this song was written while they were allegedly dating. Or no, that's actually proven that they were dating then, since right before she was 14, so I think they actually started dating when she was like 13, and then she died the day after her 15th birthday, or was discovered the day after her 15th birthday. Which, hold up. If she was discovered the day after her 15th birthday, and she was also discovered the day after the car got impounded, that means her body got impounded on her birthday. That's so weird. I mean, hearing David talk, there's a lot about poetry. He talks about how he tries to make everything like poetic with different meanings. My theory from earlier is weird, but I feel like there's gotta be some other conspiracy going on here. Okay, now of course, I love just like goofing around, but I mean, honestly, planning this whole video, I just thought it was gonna be some funny goofing around, and it is. I think it's fine to make light of something like this, just not making light of the actual bad part. I started planning the video before I saw this girl's face. Her name is Celeste Rivas, and she's dead. Like, think about that. This guy, David, killed someone, a girl that had a life. She no longer has the gift of life. I don't want to get too deep. It's not the point of my videos. But my seriousness of this topic only went so far as condemning David for what he allegedly maybe did. And it really go towards like, oh wow, he murdered someone. Because I mean, it's just another headline when you first hear about it. It's like, oh, a guy that I don't listen to that much may have murdered someone. Thanks for telling me, bro. That's kind of what it was. But seeing her face was like, oh, this is a human, huh? Which is why making this video, I kind of wanted to throw this in there, because while I am just like have a lot of opinions on these kinds of things, I also want to make sure that you know I'm not trying to desensitize anyone to the bad stuff that's actually going on here, because we have to keep in mind celebrities can be terrible people. They're people too. This is also true with like a lot of rappers. Like they actually say in their songs that they kill people and like have a bunch of gang violence and like they objectify women and stuff, but like at the climax they kill people and they say that in their songs, and then we just listen to the rappers anyways. Like, oh, that's weird, but the beat's fire, man. And I really do think that we have to remember that people are terrible, even though they're celebrities, and could do anything. So just because they know how to make you feel something in whatever facet, whether they're a YouTuber, actor, singer, whatever, it doesn't matter. They can still be absolute monsters like David has turned out to be. In 30 seconds or less, I'm gonna show you some other things that I totally missed during this video. David has this basically alter ego that is like this anime evil version of himself. You've probably seen him in music videos. This is what he looks like. Atami represents pain. He's depicted as a deranged, jealous killer who needs to cover his eyes to avoid seeing the destruction and pain he's caused. I think this is the event where we merge the Atami and David world together to become one. And then David went on a podcast and said the most incriminating thing about himself. This is him talking about Katami or whatever.
He's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. He would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the vault for like.
So you see that they're bringing the two together. And the final nail in the coffin is he had even more incriminating garbage on himself live streaming with Celeste at one point on social media.
Oh, yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one?
We need to delete it.
Mods, can we delete all VODs?
Hear him at the end, he said, we need to delete this. Mods, can we delete all VODs? Because she's underage. You can't just put that online and look. I'm exposing him. It was right, he should have deleted it. And then this video surfaced.
Hold up. That's her in my classroom. In front of this poster right here.
He goes on to explain that David basically met the 13-year-old on social media. This teacher warned her, she didn't listen, and well, look where she is now. She had apparently also run away with him once before. Cops found her, brought her back to the school, and then David came back to get her. So this has already happened multiple times. It's just not looking good for you, boy. So anyways, that was the quick rundown. A couple of things I wanted to show you. Back to the video. So this takes me to my next point, which is celebrities are sort of why am I moving around so much? Why was I was like, this takes me to my next point, where so my next point is celebrities are actually kind of terrible people, and then they do something and then we point and we're like, but he apologized. He apologized, see? And just like brush it off. Small things like Logan Paul films a dead body and we're like, but he said sorry. Andrew Tate did a ton of stuff and we just kind of let him float around out there. He's been more or less pushed away from the limelight, but he's still there. I'm not a drama guy, so I can't name a ton of people, nor do I want to bore you with that, but in my experience, I've seen a bunch of people get canceled only to resurface like a month later. Because I think as soon as we like a celebrity and the things we do, we just immediately assume like they're a completely fine person. Since you like my content, you're just gonna project that on me. I could be totally different though. I might be a Nazi, not confirming, not denying. And I started doing this exercise. See, my long-standing favorite rapper is named NF. You may have heard of him, and he's a great guy as far as I know, but again, he's just another celebrity. To me, he's this great guy that I listen to the music I relate so much to in different points of my life, except he could just murder someone one day, you know? He could just murder someone. He could start like, I don't know, trafficking women. It's like, I don't know, and I can't pretend to. Drew Gooden, to me, he's like an older brother that always knows how to make me laugh. Though at times he can feel like a lover also if I choose to project that. But then one day in one of his videos, I found out he smokes weed. No, weed bad. Drew Gooden good. You lied to me. Oh, actually, like, normal people smoke weed a lot, so I don't know why I think you did. On my channel, I've touched on parasocial relationships multiple times. I think it's a very fascinating thing, but I think it's worth bringing up again. I remember in an old video that I made, I talked about how parasocial relationships can really screw people up and make them do insane things, but since I don't want to re-research that subject or say it all again, I'm just gonna Just gonna throw it up on screen because I put a ton of effort into my videos and you should subscribe. Possibly the strangest part of YouTube is our parasocial relationships. For those who don't know, a parasocial relationship is a one-sided relationship that a viewer forms with a media persona such as a celebrity or social media influencer. John Hinckley became obsessed with actress Jodie Foster after watching Taxi Driver, which I guess is a movie. His parasocial attachment led him to stalk her and ultimately attempt to assassinate President Ronald Reagan in an effort to impress her. That's insane. Obviously, the man was not normal. Like, I wouldn't do that. You hopefully would not do that. If you would, please stop watching my videos right now. But it does not stop there. It gets much, much worse. A man named Ricardo Lopez developed an intense obsession with musician Bjork. He found out she was dating someone, he became enraged, documenting his descent into madness on videotapes, and eventually sent a bomb to her home before taking his own life. That's weird. If you are like Ricardo Lopez, don't watch my videos. And I feel that it's always a shock to hear about things like the David situation or something like that, because it's kind of like when you're voting in Among Us and then the imposter actually ends up being the guy you thought was clear the entire game. How does that even happen? It's the rare time in the murder mystery movie when the bad guy actually ends up being someone you couldn't predict. When it's not the most generic cliche character ever, but it actually ends up being David. The whole thing will be a shock almost every single time, but I just want you to remember they could be horrible people. And on average, I feel like celebrities are more inclined to do that. Maybe just because they have the ability to do more terrible things. You know, maybe I should just make a whole video reminding us of all of the celebrities that have done terrible things and turned out to be monsters. It's just gonna be like a 40-minute video of just like, well, this guy scammed people and didn't lose his career. This guy cheated on his wife and didn't lose his career. This rapper killed 4 people and we kind of made fun of him for it. He didn't lose his career. I think we should just all prepare our minds for this in the future by imagining every beloved icon as an axe murderer. We'd never be caught off guard. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. See ya.